We are so excited to have you here today. When we look across this room, we're excited about what the future of our world looks like as we see all of you passionate about leadership.
We know from past years that this experience will change you.
Throughout today and tomorrow, you'll be faced with expected and unexpected challenges. What you choose
My
to do in those
experience
moments-
of planning the Leadership Challenge event this year has been really intriguing. I've had a lot of conversations with community members, and I really wanted to focus on community development, and this is a relevant issue in cities across the state.
What we need to do to create change, especially with adaptive problems, is raise the heat a bit. But if you don't raise the heat to that level of change and you go too high, chances are you may have even taken a few steps back.
The name of this presentation is You Are What Your Community Needs. What does that look like to be a leader as someone who's under the age of 40, under the age of 30? We are the ones that communities are wanting to keep around and to keep that talent that we provide in our communities.
Networking. So fun. I think Lindsay and I do this
every day.
Every single day. And if you all should be doing this every single day as well.
I think all the students interacted really well with one another and were really motivated. It was really rewarding to know that what we were doing here at the Leadership Institute was the right thing to do to develop the students as leaders.
Let me ask you a question. How many of you in this room love your community? I love seeing this crowd say, I love my community. But then when I asked you how many of you might live in your community someday, we probably had 30% of the folks that raised their hand the first time. Every one of your communities, you know what they're building their city for? You know what they're building their county for? You know what they're building their region for? You. So your voice matters.
Today will truly be a test of your leadership skills and strengths.
Hello and good morning, Metropolis. This month, KTCK is focusing on the benefits and challenges of revitalization in our city.
During this competition, students answered the overarching theme of how do we create and sustain healthy revitalization in our own communities. So the students went through a simulated competition where they were a part of Metropolis Forward, an organization dedicated to attraction, tourism, and economic development. Within their roles in the organization, students investigated different concerns from community members in Metropolis, Kansas, and then the students learned strategies of how to respond to revitalization.
Coming in, we were all nervous last night, but when we started and actually started getting into the activities, we were all just having fun. We were taking it seriously, but just having fun with it and just being a team.
There was a real sense of urgency with it. This seemed like an issue that needed to be solved quickly. I mean, not that we're gonna solve this all in one day, but that action needed to be started.
All 66 residents received a notice that if we want to continue
those
living
who are
there
just starting,
the
richer residents. James, would you tell us about your experience with the revitalization?
The Leadership Challenge event volunteers serve many roles. One of those roles are role players. They all wanted to engage with the students to get more information and make the students think more critically about the topics at hand.
Research to support why Briar Hill residents are feeling this way.
What most impressed me was just the amount of professionalism that I had to utilize, whether that be with the role player that would come in spontaneously to interview you, and that really challenged me.
The fact that all of this is student-ran and organized is incredible. They are doing an outstanding job. I'm really impressed with the depth and magnitude in which they've put on this entire presentation.
Today, my role was a third-party facilitator. My role actually was very simple because their passions, their observations are building with each and every moment of this event.
Although we've been here for 3 years now, I can honestly say I've learned something completely different every time I've attended, and it's stuff that really stays with you.
One of my favorite quotes is that leadership is not a title, but it's a skill and it's something that is able to be learned. And so I feel that everybody is able to become a leader in some aspect.
I want to begin today's award ceremony by congratulating each and every one of you.
It was just a fun activity in general. Like, we came in, we bonded more than we've ever bonded before.
This simulation is of course different than just sitting in a classroom listening to a lecture, and I think there's power in that.
It's the challenge. Life's always going to throw challenges at you, but it's how you overcome them in like the uphill climb, basically.
It made them see their teammates in a different way, and it made them think about the world in a bigger sense than themselves. These are real problems that they need to understand how to address and how to interact with.